Hey guys, it's Jack and welcome back to another Pinball Track video, and today I thought it'd be interesting to go back at have a look at a few old videos I did a while back. And this is 3 videos I've done over the years, most of them about Series 2, Series 3 of Lorcana. That were basically, there were 3 different videos. There was characters we were missing, locations we were missing, and franchises we were missing from Lorcana. And obviously there has been, at time of recording, we are up to set 10 has just been released, and up to set 12 has been sort of announced. We know a few characters that are coming and things to set 12. And so I thought it'd be interesting just to go through which from my original list has and which haven't. I've linked to my original videos down below. But we'll start off with the characters, and I've got my laptop open here with the my new options here. And I'd say all my original video characters now have cards, so I do need a completely new list. This is just characters from franchises and movies that already exist in Lorcana, so not like we'll get to other franchises later on, but these are from characters that we already have, or from franchises and movies we already have in Lorcana. So starting off, I have put on my new list. Well, I originally was going to put Angel, I think, but I think I'm going to change that because Angel has been announced for set 11, which is Winter Spell. So I'm going to say, because we've had confirmation of Angel, and we've obviously had Stitch and things in the past, I'm going to say one of Stitch's other cousins, Leroy, Ruben, somebody like that. I think it'd be nice to see some of those characters. I'm quite a big fan of the sort of the experiments and things like that. So I think it would be quite cool to see well, as many of the others show up as possible, really. I'm not expecting to see all 626 of them, just for matters of practicality. But it'd be nice to see a few more, especially some of the more familiar ones, like Leroy, Ruben, Sparky. Seems we're getting Angel. Anyway. The second characters I put in... Apologies, I'm full of a cold. Second characters I put in then are Joe and Tony, who are the chefs from Lady and the Tramp, the one that do like the Bella Notte scene and all that. I think they've appeared on cards, but I don't think they've had their own cards yet. So I think those would be great to see. Moving on then to number 3, which is Tailspin, the Jungle Book spin-off, which I've always liked. I've gone with Rebecca. You know, again, we've had Baloo, we've had King Lou, we've had Don Carnage, Mad Dog, Card Kicker. We've not had Rebecca yet. And she was one of the sort of main bits of the story. We've also not had Shere Khan in his suit, but I'm not counting him because we've had Shere Khan. Lots of Jungle Book variants and stuff. Mochi from Big Hero 6 is the one we've got next. We seem to be getting a load of like weird and wonderful obscure characters and stuff. Now, we've not had the cat from Big Hero 6. I think that's the only character we've not had. I did go through all the other like the heroes and stuff when I was putting this list together. And staying on animals. In fact, most of these old ones are animals, incidentally, the ones I've got on my list. Yaks from Zootopia, the sort of chilled out yak. It's been a while since I've seen Zootopia, but it's some sort of like yoga and sort of hippie kind of figure I've got in my mind. Yeah, I think he'd be a pretty chill card to have and pretty cool. Next up, from Aristocats, I'm going to go with Amelia and Abigail, who are the 2 geese. That TikTok sound effect that went viral for a while. Yeah, there was the geese that did it originally. And sticking on thingies, my 7th one is the vultures from Jungle Book. And fun fact about them, they were originally supposed to be voiced by the Beatles. Which I think sort of it's just why they look. If you look at the film, look at the vultures, they do vaguely resemble the Beatles in like the broadest possible sense. Winchell and Duncan, I've gone with next. Who are the police officer donuts from Wreck-It Ralph? You know, we've had Sour Bill, we've had King Candy. Why not have the police officer donuts as well? I'm trying to work out Winchell and Duncan. I don't know who they're named after. Should we have a look? Just out of morbid curiosity. Because I want to say Winchell's Walter Winchell, but I could be miles off the mark here. Are they types of... And you know what, actually, I think that this would have been a perfect set for set 10, which is Whispers in the Well, because it's all about detectives and stuff. So I think actually having the two donut police officers as part of it, because we had a lot of the characters from Zootopia and things that are making an appearance, I think it would have been very, very cool. I'm just having a look now at the... I've got the Disney fandom Wikipedia page open. Oh. Winchells and Duncans. The Americans in this video probably are shouting this because I was like, Dunkin' would be like Dunkin' Donuts, surely. And then I was like, well, no, because what's Winchells? Winchells is apparently also a chain of donut stores, probably in the US. Winchell is also an eclair. Whilst Duncan is a sugar ring, which is more... Oh. I assumed there'd be a pun name. I just didn't think it'd be brands. There we are. The more you know. Moving on then, number 9 on my list, I have gone with, from DuckTales, I have gone with Duckworth. And I'm just, I'm really struggling. Duckworth is the butler and chauffeur of Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, I would say I compiled this list a while back, and it's been a while since I've seen DuckTales. And last but not least, I have gone with, for this part of the video at least, Philippe, which is Belle's horse from Beauty and the Beast. Surprised we haven't had that as a character yet. We've had like pretty much everything else. Moving on then to my second video, which I did, which was locations. Top 10 locations we were missing. Now these were obviously introduced in set 3. At the time, there was about 6, maybe 10. I'm trying to remember. I think 2 or 3 per colour. So there's probably 12. Maybe 12, 15 at the most. But now there is 92 of them. I checked this earlier, as of set 10. So of my original 10, 100 Acre Wood, Mount Olympus, Treasure Planet, Atlantis, the Ulysses, which was the ship from Atlantis, the ruins that King Louis lives in, Galactic Federation, the Snuggly Duckling, Arendelle, and the Mad Hatter's house. We have had 4 of those so far. The 100 Acre Wood, or it's 100 Acre Island, but I'm choosing to count it. The concept's the same. The planet from Treasure Planet, the Galactic Federation, and the Snuggly Duckling we've all had. So the list gets really easy. Mad Hatter's house, Atlantis, the city from Atlantis, the Ulysses, which is the ship from Atlantis, Mount Olympus, Arendelle, and the King Louis ruins. And I'm going to add to that Ball's Mountain from Fantasia, just because I like the piece of music Mountain of Bald Mountain. The Bellanotte restaurant. I'm sticking with this theme of Bellanotte, and I don't know why. Cape Suzette from Tailspin. And the Beanstalk from Mickey and the Beanstalk, or Brave Little Tailor, as I think it is. Because we've had like the giant and stuff now from that set. And Mickey. And then last but no means least, my original video for movies with properties, like I think different movies and franchises we've not had yet. I am still going to choose to stick with the classics, even though they have announced Toy Story for set 12, which is the first Pixar property. But I mean, so I could just rattle off a load of Pixar properties. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with the classics. My original 10 were Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Encanto, Aristocats, Three Caballeros, Pocahontas, Bambi, Tarzan, Dumbo, Big Hero 6, and Hunchback of Notre Dame. We have not yet had Three Caballeros, Pocahontas, although she's been announced for one of the 2026 sets. Tarzan or Hunchback. So I'm adding to that list Meet the Robinsons, Make My Music, Dinosaur, Home on the Range, and how many is that? 8. I've not got a full list here. I'm going to add in things like Goof Troop, I think. Because we've had a lot of the Disney Afternoon stuff, you know, DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale. I'm going to add in the Goof Troop as my number 9 option. And then number 10, I'm just having a look to see whether actually all the Disney classics have been done now, I think. Because obviously, again, some of them are really weird that you'll end up with like the really obscure ones like Saludos Amigos and Pinocchio has been done for Daisy, Dumbo, Bambi, Amigos, Music, Final Fantasy 3, Time. I mean, again, I could just go with like with the other classics and go with Melody Time, something like that. Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Hamilton, Tramps, and Beauty and the Wonder, Southern Stone. We've had. Sorry, I'm just having a look here to see. I think we've had everything now from the classics. Apart from, yeah, Tarzan. Groove, we've had Treasure Planet, we've had Bear, we've had Home on the Range, we've not had that. So that's Chicken Little. Probably the other. Some of the characters from Ralph Breaks the Internet might be the only other option, I think. 'Cause I think we've had a lot from the original film, but we've not had any from Strange World, Wish. You'd think they'd have added something like Wish or something in to promote the movies, but because like they did with Zootopia, there was a lot of Zootopia stuff in set 10, which was about the same time that Zootopia 2 came out. But yeah, let's go with, weirdly, well, I said I wasn't going to do any sequels, so I'm going to go Wish and Goof Troop for the last 2 there. I thought I'd fill that list in. But that will do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to leave a like, comment down below which ones you would have picked from these lists if you weren't picking my options. Hope you'll have an amazing day. Check out my previous videos on screen here and here. Subscribe down below, and I'll talk to you all next time. It is day 6, and we are on the 2nd row of the pin advent calendar. I think this is the best year I've mixed them up so far in terms of new pins. I say that now, I think this is a Fab 51. I might have just jinxed it a little bit by saying that. But let's see who we've got. So we've got 5 more of these pins to find. And I'm hoping it's a new one. It's Lady and the Tramp, which I think is one I've already got. I'll consult the book. I should just leave the book open on that page because it's the other one I'm using it for. Yes, I have Lady and the Tramp. That's one of the Series 2 ones. But I will try and trade it off for one of the other missing ones that I still need. And I'll stick it there for now with the Pinocchio pin. And that was day 6, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I hope you'll have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.